150K in business funding for a brand new business. This is the only strategy that you can implement in order to get this amount of funding, business funding that is, for a brand new business. And I'm going to break it all the way down in only 3 steps. And within these 3 steps, I'm breaking everything down within it so you can know exactly how to get this funding for your business so you can either start, grow, or scale the operation that you currently have. So without any further ado, let's get it, y'all. What's going on? It's Colin Brown here from Business Credit Unlimited. I'm back. Make sure don't play with it. Make sure you like the video right now, because who else is putting out this content for you, breaking everything down and how to get business funding for a brand new business, for an established business, everything in between. Who else putting it down like this? Nobody else. So you need to lock in right now, like the video, comment, and subscribe, because I'm going to keep these things coming your way. Now, let's begin. Without any further ado, how to get 150K in funding with a brand new business. So first of all, before we even talk about the 3 steps and all that, we need to know, what does business funding even mean, guys? When you hear the term business funding, what are you eligible for as a brand new business? You need to pay attention to this. This is very important, because a lot of times people ain't going to tell you this. They're not going to tell you this. They're going to act like you can get any product you want when you start out, and it's not possible. There's 3 main types of business funding: business loans, business lines of credit, and business credit cards. As a new business owner, you will mainly only be able to get approved for business credit cards. Mainly business credit cards that offer a 0% rate are the ones you want to go for, because business lines of credit and business loans typically require a 2-year plus time of established business. You can try to bypass that with an age corporation, but banks are really cracking down on that. So it's best to just not even worry about it, because you can pull cash from these bad boys anyways, the 0% business credit cards. So don't even worry about it. But you're not going to have 2+ years because you're a brand new business. This video is concerning those that have just started a brand new business but want 150K in business fund. I ain't ending that out. So business credit cards. What is a 0% business credit card? Well, it's a business credit card with a limit that you can use to grow your business. And a select few have an introductory period of 0% interest for 6 to 18 months. This is the best way to grow a new business. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're not going to be able to go out here and just get all types of SBA loans and things like that, more than likely with a brand new business. Now, there are some programs out there. Speaking of the SBA, I'm not going to act like it's impossible. It's not. But I'm telling you, for the most part, this is what you are going to need. So what are the requirements before we talk about the 3 steps? Personal credit requirements. There are some. You want 150K, especially if you're looking to get this done quickly. Like you're looking for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, less than that. Then you want to have your personal credit on point. 700 plus score, really 720 to 750 plus to be safe. I would like an 800. I would like a 780. You know, it's going to differ from the banks, but if you put yourself in the best position possible here, then you're going to put yourself in the best position to get the most amount of funding from each bank that we go to. Now, utilization in single digits, that's for the highest limits for the 0% business credit cards. 3+ years of credit history, 20K plus in total credit limits. You also want a highest credit limit on one card. I wonder if if some of you guys watch like multiple of my videos, you might be like, you say something different every time with the highest credit limit or like the total amounts, because it does depend on how much we're going for. But if I'm going for 150K, really I would want 15K plus and 25K plus to be safe. So I wouldn't want anything lower than a 15K if we're going for 150K, meaning your highest credit limit on just one of your business credit cards. No negatives items on open or closed accounts. That's including charge-off, collections, late payments, child support, medical bills, bankruptcy, evictions, late student loan payments, repossessions, so on and so forth. Okay. Business requirements. You don't have any right now. You're a brand new business. So no business age is required, no business revenue at all, no income or revenue verification, no prior business credit built, no vendor credit, no tier one, tier two, tier three, Granger, what are the other vendor accounts and net 30 accounts, none of that stuff, okay? Now, even though you don't have those things, it would help if you do have it. I'm not saying that it doesn't help some, but you're a brand new business. So when I also, by the way, brand new business, I'm assuming brand new business, either brand spanking new, you just started yesterday, or anything less than 6 months. Okay. That's what I define as a brand new business. We haven't discussed that yet. But now, how do you get 150K in business funding as a new business? There are three main steps. Step number one, it's all about the relationships, baby. You want to make sure if you're looking to get this amount of funding, you're going to want to choose a tier one bank. Okay. You're going to want to establish a relationship with that tier one bank. Step two, and then you want to apply for funding. All right. Step three, using the right banker. So let's break this down. Choosing a tier one bank. All banks are not equal. So you must understand which banks will give you the highest limits and which ones that will not. Relationships are important because, contrary to popular belief, you can't just go into every bank while starting a new relationship and expect high limits from them. You know, how you apply is also important too as well, because it can drastically determine the limit that you receive. To add a little bit more context to this, what I mean by that is you can't just start a relationship or either not have a relationship at all with any bank you want to and expect to get 25K, 50K plus. It don't work like that, you guys. It don't. When you see someone like me sharing wins, I got a client 50K somewhere, I got a client 75, 100. Every bank ain't going to do that. Like, let's put it out there. Let's be real, y'all. It's not going to happen. Like, it's not going to work like that. Okay, a lot of times you don't know what's all going on the back end when you see these results. Someone could have been with that bank for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, a year. They could have deposited $50,000 a month for the past 3 years. You never really know what's really going on when you see results. So sometimes people see results and they're like, oh, I can do the same thing. Nope, you can't. You know, it's just like seeing the finished product for anything, you know, on social media. You have to be careful because there's a ton of context that you could be missing there. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be able to go to just any bank and get high limits for the most part, especially if you're not using any relationship managers, anything like that. And speaking of, that's why I said how you apply is important, because it can drastically determine the amount that you receive, the limit that you receive. Now, let's break down the 3 steps. Step number 1, choosing a tier 1 bank. As stated above, most banks are not willing to lend high limits without a year plus of an established relationship with them. And you're probably not trying to wait a year, right? So let's go move forward. Since most don't understand funding, they think it's as easy as choosing any bank that will give them high limit business credit cards, but that is not the case. Even if it's a popular bank, you still have to be careful because it doesn't mean that you will get a higher limit, right? And I could dive into that a little bit more, but I think I've kind of pressed the whole point home. You should get what I mean here, right? Like, it doesn't matter what bank it is. Doesn't mean you're going to get a high limit. You could try yourself. I tell people that all the time. You know how many times people have tried themselves and they came back to me. They talked to me first and was like, I'm just going to try myself. Yeah, I'm back because I got 3K here, got 5K here. Now I got denied here. I want to see if you can. It happens. But anyways, what is a tier 1 bank? It's a bank that will routinely give out limits of 25K plus on their business credit cards. And I've personally seen clients get 25K plus from the following banks. So here's tier 1 banks for you. Your funding strategy and your funding sequence will be different from someone else's, no matter who you are. I don't know you, so I can't pick out your exact banks, but let's look at a list of banks that will, and I know for 100% fact, will give out 25K plus, because literally every one of these banks, I have personally seen it. Chase Bank, American Express, Bank of America, Citizens, Key Bank, U.S. Bank. I got, well, First Citizens Bank and Citizens Bank, PNC Bank, Fifth Third Bank, Truist, and Wells Fargo are just some of the tier one banks. Promise you, I got 50 more where that came from. Just giving you some examples, especially some of the ones that are accessible to you, that you don't have to know the right person and this and that, right? This is just naming a few. There are some other smaller banks and credit unions that will also fit the criteria as a tier one bank too as well. Remember, these banks must have branches in your state in order to get funded by them. You can go to bankbranchlocator.com and choose the state to see what banks are in your area. Okay, this is what I normally use. You also have what iBank Locator or something, whatever the other one is. This is just the one that I normally use. The one I just mentioned, I'll probably put on the screen or something, or I'll look at it in just a second and put it on here for you guys. But this is what I typically use. The other one is good too as well. That's like some of the main two that you would see guys like me normally use. But that's step number one. You want to be strategic first and actually pick out what tier one banks you want to go to. Now, step number two, start or improve the relationship with this tier one bank prior to applying for funding. Because the common misconception is that you can apply for funding with no relationship with various banks and still be approved for high limits. And this could be further from the truth because most banks will not give you the money if they don't know you. Just think of the word relationships in relationship banking or banking relationships. And just like any relationship, you want to start and grow your relationship with the bank if you want to get high limit business credit cards. Another word thrown out there is trust. The bank's got to trust you first, right? You got to wine and dine them a little bit. You don't want to go in for fourth base, right? You want to go in for the home run without, getting a base hit first for people that know baseball. Or, I don't know. You get the analogy, right? You get what I'm saying? I've used some other analogies for that too. It's like dating. You got to go in there first, at least more times than not. You got to date first, right? You got to date first. You got to get to know the person before, things accelerate. Same way with the bank, okay? You definitely have to remember that. A lot of you guys, you just go out of desperation. You just start applying. You just see something online just because you got pre-approved or just because you saw somebody else do it and you like, well, I could use this money. You just out of desperation apply. Don't do that. I did, just to be real with you guys, I used to do that desperation type of applying. I would say all the way up to like 2020-ish. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I've been in the credit industry for a while, but I would do the same thing as y'all. Like I would have a need. I'm like, I see some and I just go apply and I didn't get the best results because of that. And then that's how you end up frustrated when you haven't even put in a strategy, but you apply for something, you get denied, you get a lower limit, and you like, what's going on, all that. Just don't do that. If you want to get this 150K, you're going to have to be strategic about it. Now, how do you start and grow a relationship with the bank? Step number one, bare minimum, you want to open a business checking account. Step two, fund this business checking account with some cash. How much cash you put in your business checking account directly affects your approval odds. Banks classify how much cash you have in your account, and they call it bank ratings. Now, here are some of the bank ratings. You got a low 4, 1K to 4K, give or take, mid 4, 4K to 7K, so on and so forth here. But I will tell you, I would like to have you at a high 4 or low 5. Low 5 is really best, 10K plus in your business checking account. And I know that everyone doesn't have 10K in cash. I get it, right? You're a new business. Unless your career or job is paying out what you needed to pay out, you may not have that much cash, but there are other ways around it. You can use one of your first business credit cards that doesn't require a relationship like this. Use that to fund everything else. We got other methods too. You can be creative with it. If you got a mind like mine, I can think of a million scenarios just by looking at a client's profile. But either way, these are the bank ratings. That's what you want to do. Now, step 3 is time to apply. But Oh no, step three, excuse me. Within step two, step three, as far as building a relationship with the bank, you want to apply for other products too as well, like a merchant account, personal checking and savings account, a personal loan, auto loans, etc. Because the more products you have, the better chances of being approved for higher limits. Now, step four, you do want to wait the proper time period before applying for funding. Because just because you do this, that don't mean the same day or next day you want to apply. You do have to let it season. Now, step three, it's time to apply now. You've done the hard work. You've chose the right tier one banks. You've built the relationship with these tier one banks. Now it's time to apply for funding. So how do you apply? Normally it's three different ways. Either one, online. Go to the bank's website. Most banks have an online application, but some don't, by the way. So this wouldn't be an option for the banks that will not allow you to apply online, like a Key Bank. So you'll choose which 0% business credit card you want, fill out the application, and boom. In branch, you can go to your local branch if that bank has one in your area. I would deal with a banker that I built some rapport with, preferably not just someone that you haven't met already. It will affect your chances sometimes. You have them fill out the application, have your data points ready, and boom, you apply. Or my favorite way is through a business relationship manager. So speaking with a business relationship manager can be a cheat code for higher limits and faster approvals. Most of business relationship managers can request higher limits and get them approved even if the relationship is new. So that is the key part of it. A lot of times they are able to bypass some of the other regulations that you normally would see because they work with a different underwriting team, possibly. We have a business relationship manager for every tier one bank that I mentioned earlier, which is why our clients have consistently gotten higher limits. The cool thing is a business relationship manager is only available to clients that have businesses that have at least $1 million or more in revenue. But I do give my clients access to my business relationship managers that I work very hard to build a relationship with so that you guys get higher limits and higher approval rates, at least when I say you guys, my clients. But without a business relationship manager, you're at the mercy of the algorithm for your limits, which will make it hard to get your 150K goal unless it's over years of time. So that's how you do it. You want to be strategic, pick your banks out, build your relationship with them, let it season, and then you apply using one of these three methods. That's the 3 steps. Now, if you want one-on-one help, right, you want to go for 150,000. Like I have many clients that have done that with a brand new business, 150K. Hit the description box below and set up a call with me or my team. We will go over, we're going to put everything out there. I'll tell you if I can help you. I'm going to tell you how much funding I can expect for us to get. Be all straight up with you because I don't have time to play around. Like we all need to know what's going on. None of the sugarcoating or any fluff. Then if everything works out or we want to move forward, we will. If not, at least you can leave the call knowing which banks you can go to and how much funding you can expect from those banks or anything you need to work on first prior to funding. So you will leave the call with value either way. So if it even remotely interests you, go ahead and schedule a call with us and then we'll handle it from there. But that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me know what questions you have. Hey, what state you in? What state you represent? Where you at? I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama. What state are you in? Comment below and let me know. But that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions or what you want to see next. But that's pretty much it. And I'm out, you guys. See y'all in the next one. Peace.